Welcome to Keep It, Crooked Media's show about pop culture and politics and what happens when they smack into each other at an alarming speed. I'm your host, Ira Madison III, a television writer and Fall Out Boy fan.
I'm Louis Fertel. I'm a TV writer and Jane Fonda historian.
And I'm Aida Osman. I'm a TV writer and alleged comedian.
Let's get into it.
And we're back with our favorite segment of the episode. As usual, it's Keep It.
Get information.
Louis, why don't you go first?
My Keep It this week involves... Recently, I've had a lot of Keep It's that are about, like, gay cliche things. Like, we've talked about how people say not this all the time, whatever.
Yes.
So this is another one of those. To quote my new favorite Grace Jones song, I've done it again. My Keep It is to every conversation between gay men who are between the ages of 20 and 39, starting with the phrase, hi gay. I don't know if you know what this is. Meg Stalter, who is a comedian you have probably seen in a supporting role on the show Hacks on HBO.
And in my dreams.
Or in
Yes.
every front-facing Twitter video ever.
Correct.
So,
She's sort of like the most popular front-facing Twitter comedian who's also like a real stand-up comedian. Gays are obsessed with her, and she had this one video go viral where it was mocking corporate pride and how they address gay consumers, and it begins with this woman, Meg in character, saying,
hi, gay.
well, she did it in a blank and stupid way, so guess who picked it up immediately? The gay community. Everywhere you go, and I've been to San Francisco Pride, I'm in Fire Island now, I'll be at Market Days next week. Guys, what is wrong with me?
Oh, Miss Carmen San Diego.
I know, not Miss Carmen Serotonin, let me tell you something. Here's the thing. I'm all for everybody latching onto a female comedian's viral moment. I mean, it's truly viral. I can't escape it. But my God, I have heard it every day, hundreds of times, thousands of times. So now if I hear it again, I need you to know, if you catch my eye, I will be driven to murder. Don't look at me.
Only murders on
like,
this podcast.
Yes. You know the moment in a Lifetime movie where the glint in Rob Lowe's eyes changes and you realize you're married to the wrong man? That's me. Okay?
Okay. You do have sort of a young Rob Lowe quality.
I've never heard a better compliment in my life. Unfortunately, now my serotonin is replenished. But J-fucking-C, gays just right now, I think, are in a moment where they love having everything in common. We love wearing the exact same shorts. We love wearing the exact same shirt. And now it's really
MCM shorts
speech.
and a Jacques Mou shirt.
Totally.
Oh, my God.
So it's like hi gay is this community thing where we all have agreed to say it, and it's just lost all meaning and lost all funny to me. And I also think a critical thing about gay men is we usually are really good at being funny in uncliche ways. So please, if you're going to say the cliche thing, then say 3 more originally funny things afterwards. Please, just for me. Just for
Do you
me.
think the proliferation of social media and more gays being able to connect with one another is that we've lost the need
It's a wash.
to create
Yes.
within our own communities and with our friend groups? Like even us who live in LA, and like friends in New York, like who are supposed to be, sort of the literati of the gay community, like the funny ones, sort of like leading the pack, right? You could sit with them and like hear one of them say like one of these brain dead phrases, and it's like,
Right.
baby, you're supposed to be funny.
Right.
You're supposed to innovate.
The whole job of funny has changed, and like, yeah, it's not about sort of valuing the originality of a comment anymore so much as it's the pass around vibe of whatever it is.
Do you think we're turning into straight men? I mean, this is what is high gay but quoting Anchorman at the lunch table.
The Step Brothers references. What is happening? But do add it to the Keep It infographic of all the things that we're tired of hearing gay people say.
Right.
Just give me number 6. Hi, gay.
And it's not that I don't like having things in common with every queer person around me or whatever. It's just we've just done it too many times. Let's move on from this thing.
We've exceeded our desire to have and find community now. We're at this point. We're saturated. We're done. Be original again. Be original again.
Right.
I know y'all are here. Everybody gay. Fine. We got here. It's 2021. Make me laugh, girl. That's what you was doing before when you was sad and closeted.
Or
I long for that.
like you also just can't associate gays with fashion anymore.
Well, I don't know about that. Every time I go to like a queer dance party or something, somebody
That's
usually
fair.
impresses me with
Yeah, I'm at
something
the
in
raves.
the
You know what?
gender blending
Actually,
community.
It's the party white gays. Because you know what? I think they've always been wearing the same thing since the beginning of time.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And mostly they're all just wearing the outfits that our dead gay ancestors wore in the 80s.
I have to say, when you look at a vintage, and by vintage I mean whatever, 1989, 1991 photo of gays in New York, sometimes it's like we are exactly there. Like the exact shorts and the exact shirt and the exact sock lengths are at play, which I kind of love. I'm not saying I don't want that to happen, but anyway, hi gay and now bye gay. I've said my piece.
I was gonna say and less hi gay, a lot more. I'm done talking to you, gay. Bye.
Yeah.
And also, you know where the fashion's at. It's with the black femmes. We're at a boiler
Of
room
course.
set. We're sweating on each other.
Always,
We're all DJs
always.
now. I'm a
Yes.
DJ. That's my reveal. I'm a DJ now. The pipeline of being a black femme to DJ is right here.
I was not including, like black trans people and the black femmes in this because they always turn it at an event.
Me in the same sweater I like to wear most days. I'm like, yeah, we're innovators.
Yeah, so usually
We're
used to look
fashion
at them
queens.
at like a Pines party or even like a New York party or like
Yes.
some like LA warehouse one. It's like amongst the other crowd, it's like, oh, what they're wearing is probably what people will be
Exactly.
glomming onto and wearing in like about 5 years.
Yeah, it's like I took tires off of a Ford and pantyhose. I cut them up, and this is my outfit. And that's every lesbian that I know.
Now that you mention it, I want to say the hi gay thing is pretty specific to white gays. I don't think I've heard a person of color even repeat that. So
Oh,
maybe
I thought we just were leaving that unsaid.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I knew
Well,
that.
okay.
But I'm here. First of all,
You think a black girl came up with that shit?
Louis, I will always defend you in the style of Jeremy O. Harris. I'm here for my white best friend. So I love you.
You're not going to get on Rihanna's internet and discredit my good sis, Louis Vuitton.
My good sis. Out of your
Jesus
minds.
Christ.
Okay, well, let me bring it back to
Bye
something
gay
else.
to me. Yes.
Sorry for ever even putting you parallel. Like no corollary is drawn between Lewis and Lena Dunham. But let me move on.
Well,
No, Ira.
Okay, stop. Yes.
Don't do this.
Save me now.
I was recently reminded by my mother that we are a political podcast in a certain way. And I don't think I don't even know who's president right
the
now.
body
It
is
could be-
politic, Aida.
Who's the president right now?
So I
Does
figured maybe
the
I should.
president know?
I don't know. I figured I should mention a congresswoman, a politician in some way, shape, or form. And of course, it's going to be a black woman. So my keep it this week goes to, wow, big shock, some more white supremacist comments that a lovely black woman is receiving and bravely posting with a trigger warning, which is something I should start doing. We all have something to learn from Miss Cori Bush. As we all know, Cori Bush is a lovely congresswoman, nurse, activist. What hasn't this woman done of our beautiful, beautiful state of Missouri? We all love.
Start in salt too, which is what I would love for her to do, actually. Cori, call me.
Now, I'm sure she will when she's done posting every single racist DM she's ever received, calling her like a porch monkey or a bed wench or whatever these weird Rudyard Kipling ass insults come out of nowhere. And when
Mine
you
are
read,
Ricky Tikki Tavi characters. Yes.
yeah, when you read these tweets, these messages to her, I'm just shocked at the level of literary ability and artistry that goes into them. They're poems, okay? They are dusty Missourian poems.
That's what Rupi Kaur was doing before she blew up.
Is that before she was a homebody? Get her book at every Barnes & Noble. It's featured next to everything. Listen, what I don't like about it is, one, Cori is a politician and has always been very vocal about everything that happens to her. I'm tired. I'm just tired of seeing these comments. And this is coming from a black woman who just experiences. I think I'm the only one that probably feels this fatigue. So I'm sharing that with you guys lightly. But I'm tired of seeing them. I wish there was a way for me to mute not just my comments, but also the comments that my actual good sisses be receiving. And it's sad. It's sad, especially because I come to, again, Twitter to the Bird app to watch screen recorded TikToks of pandas kissing. Like, I don't come for political discourse or sadness. Stop tarnishing this experience for me.
No, and listen, I know that you've gotten this before too, from like dusty
every time
white
I speak.
People. Yes, every time we talk about a white man on this podcast. And I get them less so, obviously, because I'm not a black woman, but also I have been deactivated from so many social media apps. So how can people find me? I will say that every so often, I'll get like a message on my phone that says, someone would like to send you a message request on like Facebook Messenger. And I'm like, no one messages me on Facebook Messenger anymore. I'm like, I'm sorry, Cletus, I'm not going to accept your message request so I can hear what you want to call me.
And the preview is like, listen here, coon.
Right. Like, okay. It's always like, where do you get off saying?
Decline. There's a special place in hell. And I'm like, okay, yeah, maybe reject this. The last thing I want to say is shouts out again, Cori Bush, because she posted all the exchanges. And in the most congresswoman way ever is just said like, fuck y'all, go to hell. I'm going to continue to keep it pushing, which I always do, and it's what black women do without fail. So keep it to the world. And there you go. There's your politics, Phil. But I'm Anderson Cooper. Thanks. Thanks for joining us. Back to sex shit, Ira. What are you? Music and sex. What you got to talk about?
Well, ladies, back to music and sex. My keep it this week goes to Kanye Omari West.
Oh no!
Not
saying Omari like his mama.
It goes to the Louis Vuitton
Donda?
Don. My keep it goes to Kanye this week because of the delayed release of Donda. Now, no, this man did not just have us last week talking about how we were actually excited to be back on the Kanye train.
No, for just a minute, when you said we, who did you mean? Because you couldn't have meant Louis Vuitton.
We know we weren't talking about your white ass Louis, okay?
But throw me in there. Because I kept reading those tweets about y'all in that stream just waiting like Boo Boo the Fool. No, y'all know that man's past behaviors. What were you waiting for?
Now, granted, I did not listen to the stream as it aired, but someone sent me a rip of it, and then I listened to it. He premiered Donda Thursday evening at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta where the Falcons play for an audience and just sort of danced to the music with like some pantyhose on his face.
Like the black lesbian that he is.
He was ready to set it off.
Yes, girl. Cleo.
And then, Queen Latifah pulled up and he went and hopped in the car and left. And we thought, oh, the album's about to drop. Of course, it has not dropped. And of course, I forgot that we went through this shit with The Life of Pablo.
Ooh,
why did I forget that this is just what he does now?
Yeah. He's like, I'm going to innovate the album release process. I'm going to upload Life of Pablo, but then I'm going to change it every week. So y'all will never hear Ultralight Beam the same way ever again. And now we have to talk about it.
I still don't know if the damn album Life of Pablo sounds like how I remember it sounded. You listen to it now, you're like, why is Jesus Walks on this now? Kanye.
But it would be so like him to drop it now between the time we tape and the time it comes out. There's something so consistently and newly chaotic about him that will disturb people like us. So I know he's going to make it inconvenient for us some way.
Damn. You know what? I was back, to like listening to Kanye songs. He was a producer of Lil Nas X's Industry Baby, for one. But
yeah.
Damn, ain't nobody anticipating Donda this goddamn much. Just release it. If it's bad, it's bad. But baby, doing all this, I'm annoyed.
And I am hesitant to have big critiques, and he knows that we'll all feel that way because it's about his mother who had passed away years ago, or at least the title is.
I'm not hesitant. The beginning of the album, which actually has audio from Donda, is the worst part of the album. Can you let her rest? Can he let Donda rest?
Not an album about your mother who has passed away with 20,000 male features. Not a single woman on the album. Not a single drop of femininity. What is the point?
It's like let it rest, baby. Because the album, I think, actually, from what I've heard, gets better as each song goes on, and it ends with a actually very stellar J verse, which was the shock of the moment. But what are we doing here? Like, remember when he was selling the Rest in Peace Donda shirts?
Right.
And then on the back it said, Rest in Peace Robert Kardashian.
Mother of God. Wait, I actually have a Donda-related question. What is your retroactive take on the album 808s and Heartbreak? Because at the time,
amazing.
It was considered like the streak-breaking one, right? Like he had the massive sort of critical successes of the albums before, and then that sort of blunted it, even if, Love Lockdown still one of his most fabulous singles, I would say. But
I think it's
what's
a
your
brilliant
take on that
album.
album? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I saw it at the Hollywood Bowl when he did the 2-night presentation of the album. Like he did, like the whole concert was the album. And it makes me wish that more art. I know a few artists have done shows like that, but I wish more artists would take one of their either classic albums that everyone wants to see, or an album like that, which isn't as highly remembered or wasn't as successful as all the other ones, and just the entire concert was you doing all the songs from that album in a row. Because I thought it was mesmerizing, and it was great to be immersed in the album in a completely different way. And I'm sure you've got plenty of artists that you would love to hear.
Don't say the Carpenters, Lewis. Don't say the Carpenters. I'm begging.
Well, no,
Karen's dead. So unless her brother John Carpenter is going to put some of her music into one of his films,
or drop an album called Karen.
Liz Phair years ago did Exile in Guyville all the way through at a concert in Chicago that I saw. And that was great because Exile in Guyville is her signature album. It's the one people still reference the most or whatever, but you would never hear it from her just track by track in a row at a concert. And it felt like I was, hearing the songs in a new way, for one thing, but two, hearing how they meant something to her still, as opposed to when I just listened to the album in my car and I'm transported back to 1993, So that's fabulous. By the way, I interviewed Liz Phair on NPR. You can listen to that interview on Bullseye.
Lewis, ain't nobody going. No, I'm kidding. I'll check it out.
It was actually a good interview. It was a good interview. Congrats.
Oh, thanks.
Anyway, Kanye. Just give us a damn album, or don't. But stop living in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium mixing it, baby. Go home.
And drop your Gap line. You're literally wearing it around. Actually, you know what? That red outfit probably was from his Yeezy Gap line. Yeah, that might be part of it all.
I bought my first pair of Yeezys recently.
The foam runners, or what you got?
I got the 2019 Yeezy Boost, the white, black, and reds.
Okay. And how you feel? You stomping around?
You know what? I bought them after my dermatologist was wearing them, and he was walking around in them, and I was like, you know what? These actually do look cute. So I wouldn't have
I would love to know
that.
By the way, specific LA phenomenon of going to a medical professional and being intimidated by their fashion sense. That is
yes.
Yeah.
It's like, sir, you are supposed to be wearing just like a lab coat, and they usually are. Like my dentist just wears like her lab coat. I was just this gorgeous Indian woman who then put like the bangles, like a necklace, like the shoes. It's always giving you like, oh, that's why my Invisalign costs so much.
There you go.